Just because I'm losing doesn't mean I'm lost.
When I first arrived here in 2003, that was at 7 p.m. It was the most different atmosphere that I've ever stepped into in my life.
Just because I'm hurting doesn't mean I'm hurt.
They're out there right now in Skid Row. Sometimes they get themselves in a situation with drugs, alcohol.
Skid Row is very complicated.
It's infested. You know, it's not the place that you want to live. It's not living. It's not living. It really isn't.
Because of no money, you don't have time to buy enough drugs and alcohol. The less money you have, the less your addiction gets you. When I got the money when my dad died, I went to Vegas and I spent there 8 months there. And I lived there for a while. But like you said, nothing lasts forever. So I had to come back, and when I came back, I couldn't find a job.
So basically, you were always set up as being the outcast. Everybody always looked at you as someone that was irregular.
I got robbed. I was new here to Los Angeles. I'm not from Los Angeles. I had nowhere to go, and one place led me to another. I don't have the type of family situation that I can call home and be like, hey, send me a few grand, I just got jacked. My family got their own problems. I'd rather deal with it myself.
I started using marijuana. Marijuana found its way into my life, as well as alcohol. So my life has been an up and down and spiral, a roller coaster ride. I've been homeless and not on the streets since the late 80s, in and out of homelessness shelters. After I have already given my life to Christ so many years back down the road, God told me that I was going to have to be homeless for Him back in the mid-80s.
Hi, my name is Levi Ross, Senior. I'm a senior community worker. I give the people information for the different avenues of health care that they need. I'm here at New Image Shelter to help do outreach and engagement. I come here 2 to 3 times a week and spend about 4 hours each day that I come so that I can give them the best of care within the Department of Mental Health and outside the department within the county of LA.
So pretty much I came up through a rough childhood. My father beat me, my mom, and my brother. Like, I didn't think anybody cared because my own father, who I loved so much, didn't care.
He was your father? Wow.
Blood father. And I pretty much had to watch that. My mom get beat, my brother, plus me. He's did everything from stick a pistol in my mouth to hit me with metal pipes, stomping me, and he's a big guy. He weighs a good 3-something.
Wow.
So that pretty much messed me up kind of in the head, so I went to the street, which is basically showed me at the time more love, you know what I'm saying, than my own father. My mom couldn't really say anything, or he threatened to pretty much kill her. Pretty much I got in the band, you know what I'm saying, just doing different things that I shouldn't be doing. Just to accumulate money and different other things to try and get off the street, because I felt like, you know what I'm saying, that was my only choice, my only opportunity at the time. So from coming up in the streets and, you know what I'm saying, that's all I knew.
So did they have the Crips out there? Were those Crips?
Bloods, you be on one side is Bloods, on one side is Crips.
So you was on both sides. You was a Crip and a Blood. Wow.
So from there I went from shelter to shelter, Christian shelter to Christian shelter. My mental problems kept getting in the way, so they kept putting me out, sending me through emergency mental health places. At first they released me with no medication or anything, and when I came in, my eye was closed shut. My face was swollen. like it's been before. I have scarring all over my arms.
Did someone else do them, or did you?
I do.
You did them yourself?
They've even seen me do it here.
That you actually physically sock yourself and cut yourself. And with your latest episode, now your arm, your hand there, you didn't do that to yourself. You didn't inflict that pain to yourself. That was hitting someone else.
I'm not gonna let somebody, you know what I'm saying, beat me, possibly kill me in the street, so I fought back. I ended up breaking this knuckle right here. It was up under my hand. This knuckle here.
Explain how things were with you outside of me. What was one of the worst times that you experienced through your ventures and your escapades through the drugs?
The worst thing, I jumped in this car with this guy, and I looked at him. He was in a Rolls Royce, and I looked at him, and everything he was talking, and then he said, I like fresh, warm, dead bodies to have sex with. And I just looked at him, you know, and it scared me. I just jumped out the car at the next red light. And like I said, there's a lot of weird people out there. I had another experience too, but you know, I was raped. I got in the car, the man, you know, I always ask for my money first, you know, and he pulled a knife, you know, and made me take off all my clothes. And then when he was finished, he would pull off with the lights out and make me get out, and I had to put my clothes on outside while he took off. Like that.
You and I, Denise, we've had a we had an affair back, you know, in the '80s, but we met when we were in high school. She's my son's mother, and we have two sons together. They're 20 and 21 years of age right now.
Okay. I had some bad news. I went to church on 48th and Western today. And they had the AIDS test, and I got my blood pressure and my sugar checked today. And when I went in, the motorhome to take my AIDS test, first I did a test. We had a test, asked true or false questions. So I answered the questions, and then I went in for the swab of the mouth. And I was sitting there, you know, we had to wait 3 minutes after he took the test. And then when he came to me and told me my test came out positive, I just looked at him. You know, he said, "Do you have anything to say?" I said, "I don't believe it."
The information we just found out with my ex, Denise, it's not something that I would say is a total shock, because when you're out in the world like that, a lot of things you leave yourself open. But I don't know how I'm going to tell our children.